Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video today. The really special day. Comb my hair for the first time since COVID started, so yeah. So, okay. Another most important thing is we're going to be looking at valuable law of growth from the insights of John C. Maxwell out of the book, if you're familiar. Like I said, this is the second part in the episode looking over the 15 invaluable laws of growth. So we're going to go take a look at that. Okay, so the first segment of this is about law of design. So this is law of design. It's about designing our life. Again, this is from John C. Maxwell. So, international speaker, personal development coach, and just renowned author in the world. So, number one is developing strategies to maximize your growth. Right? So, coming up with the right strategies. But stick with it because the rest of this little part is about how to know yourself and how to develop, or the importance of that. So when we're trying, if you're 18 to 25 or 30 or something like that, you're just graduating high school and you're still looking at how to have the best quality of life, right? That's what put me on this mission. That's why I'm intrigued, and I kind of assume, I'm not sure, drop a comment if you're someone like that too, that's why you're checking out this video right now, because that's kind of the ultimate key to life, right? It's knowing who you are, how to design your life so we can have the best life ever. That's what I'm in it for. Give it a thumbs up if that's true. So developing strategies, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly strategies, right? To keep life nice and simple. So evaluate your waking hours. He says is a vital key to doing that in designing your life. Is evaluate the time that you're awake and seeing if the waking hours are contributing towards your growth as a human being. If not, then you have an opportunity to change that. Life is simple if you know your priorities and design your life. Basically, that's the key of this chapter. Is life is simple if you take the time just to evaluate where you're at, make a plan of your priorities, and then just follow your day-to-day goals, right? So 3 questions for strategies for leadership, right? So if you were to design leadership in your life, 3 simple things. Can what you learn be internally personalized, right? So there's a lot of effective strategic leadership traits out there, but can you personally internalize that and turn that into something usable in your life? Number 2, can it be repeated easily? So is it not just learning a concept, but can you repeat that and make it effective in your life? And number 3, is it something that can be transferred strategically? So as the role of a leader, it's important to be able to speak to multiple cultures, right? So transferred strategically through many cultures, right? So it's a universal law. So there's this quote right at the bottom. Planning your life is about finding yourself, knowing who you are, then customizing a design for your growth. So finding the blueprint for your life and then designing a blueprint for your career. So you can put planning and effort and value into designing your career and have it actually be fulfilling in your life. Now let's look at the second part. Okay, so the second part is just a few life lessons. I'd probably say 10 that are, by John C. Maxwell. So if we look at them, it's to, he's if I could do life differently from my past and how to get the most out of life. And while we're still young, it's the perfect opportunity to learn because we still have so much of our life ahead of us. But if we start practicing now, then, we live a freaking excellent life. So take charge of your life. Okay, number 1, take responsibility, take 100% full responsibility is what, a lot of these leaders are saying. You take full responsibility. So I know for me personally, when I hear that, I'm oh, it's kind of annoying. It's so easy. I married Jim Brown. He's it took me a while to give up my blame list. The weather, the government, the IRS, the tax returns, just all the different things, don't wish for different soil, don't wish for different a world environment, learn how to plant your seeds better. And so set goals, set number one. So that's the same as designing your life. So and then life isn't practice, but the real thing. It's like not a dress rehearsal. He's talking about so many people like acting like it's like a dress rehearsal, getting on stage cold of your life, and being like, oh, I'm not sure what to do. Well, like life is the real thing. So it's time to like take charge of it so that you're responsible, so you don't have any excuses, and that you get the results you want out of it. Take care of your health, important. Managing your money more wisely, spending time with family. These are all things, we don't want to like look back on when the rocking chair test, like someone like Tony Robbins or Dean Graziosi talks about, like, you don't want to be 95 and in the rocking chair and being like, did I get everything out of life? And then not being able to 100% say, yes, I did. Spending time on personal development, right? Like I was saying, perfect time. I'm 24 personally, but if you're, anywhere 18 to 30, who I think my audience is, let me know in the comments below your age. But, now's the perfect, we don't want to put off our personal development anymore, because we don't want to find out when we're 50, at least I don't. When I'm 50, I'm all about understanding and developing myself now, because I don't want to be 50, 60 and being like, that wasn't the career I really wanted to go for. Like I just went for the money or, something, right? So taking the time to develop in design and use the life wisdom now to create the best blueprint for my life and career and ultimate lifestyle. So planning your career wisely. Many of the leaders say that, like, because so many people have done that. They've got to be 70 and they're like, well, if I could have done it different, right? So it's important to learn from the people who have done it. And so while we're young, that we can recreate the life that we really want. Many effective leaders, John Maxwell was saying, give more back. Many people say like they would have give more back. So many people say the secret to living is giving. What you give is what you get. So there's a strong emphasis on creating a life plan so you can help better the lives of other people. And there's also that quote, like if you give enough people what they want, you will always have whatever you want. Then a little quote, it was, you only live YOLO, but you only live once, but once is enough if it's done right. So that's the video just on that chapter right there. So I love you so much. I appreciate you for checking out this video and just being an awesome person dedicated to being in charge of their life. See you in the next one.